And hello, we are live. Hello, everybody. This is Kelly Markell of Treasure to Remember coming to you with another episode of BEAD TALK. This week, we are going to be featuring the lovely Alicia Sheerin. She is a supplier of beautiful artisan beads over at LeeshiesLampworkLovelies, and we are just so honored and excited to be able to have her here today. We last week on our BEAD Talk, I just have a few announcements. Last week on our BEAD Talk, we were featuring the lovely Leslie Scott, and the connection didn't work really well. I'm just here to tell you that the good news is we have rescheduled Leslie. Yay! We're just so happy, so thankful, so glad we're able to do that. Let me see. I have a few announcements before we get started. Alicia will be here shortly, and we'll invite her on. Right now, we're going to go ahead and share with you. We have so many amazing things occurring right now in our world that it's just going to be a lot of wonderful announcements, inviting you to come share the joy and fun with us. We have coming up the dates for the Inspiration Bead Retreat. Yay! That's going to happen right here at my home, Fire Tree Inn. If you'd like to see that, just simply go to firetreeinn.com and you'll see where the Inspiration Bead Retreat will be held. In a few days, I believe it's May 1st or 2nd, Angela and I will do a big reveal of the bead retreat, the details, all of the goodies, and we will be announcing the dates, and we will have a payment page available. So look for that. It's going to be incredible. We're so excited. We are currently having our bead talks. We are scheduled throughout June. Yes, that's right. Woo! Another big excitement. I just want to say thank you to every one of you for the success of Bead Talk. And we're back. Yay! So that is the fun of living out in the desert. Things can be unpredictable, especially connection. But I promise if we happen to go offline, I'm going to try to come back 2 times. After the second time, I will go ahead and cancel and then announce that we'll be rescheduling. Now, we realize that, that's not fun, but we're going to do the best we can because I love my bead talks. I love sharing them with you. And if that means I have some glitches along the way where I have to keep trying to get back online, well, so be it. I'll do what needs to be done because I absolutely love this time with you on these Saturdays. Do not miss on Saturdays from 2:30 to 3:30 approximately Mountain Time here at Treasure to Remember. We will be posting BEAD Talk, and then we will be posting it as soon after to YouTube where you can go and share it out. You can binge watch all the other BEAD Talks. You can visit with all the gorgeous creators, artisans, designers. I even am sharing with you some suppliers. I couldn't help it. I have some wonderful folks in our world that have some amazing supplies, and how could I not share them with you, right? So you just look forward to that on Saturdays, and I also request that if you have anyone that you want to see on Big Talk, message me, because we'll be happy to invite them. But as for now, we are booked out through June, which is so exciting. I can't believe it. Here we are in April, and we have full booking through June. You guys made it possible. Thank you for your requests. Thank you to those who have been on the show and who have participated. We count on your loveliness, and we're grateful that you could be there. And we know that you had a wonderful time, as we did too. And we hope that, we can get you back on again sometime. Let's see, what did I talk about? I talked about the bead retreats. I talked about BEAD Talk. Oh, my live shows. I have live shows where I present to you the most beautiful finds that I've spent hours and hours researching, trying to get you. My shows are at my profile at the moment. I'm trying to move them to YouTube, but with me, it's always slow and steady wins the race. So you look forward to those shows. They're at my profile on Fridays and Sundays to 5:30 p.m. and they're about 2 hours long. Some have been going more because I had to restart because of my connection, but not a worry. If you go to my my profile after the show, you'll see my show I had last night. You don't want to miss it. I have the most amazing quality gemstones, and they are there for your choosing. So you go check those out after the show. And I also want to say that I am really excited. I know I've announced this, but I'm so excited, and it just sharing with you everything we have on our plate. I've begun my gemology studies, and it is going to be so fun. I can't wait. I'm going to be a registered gemologist for you all. I'm going to be here for you to be able to get us the most exquisite, lovely items. Well, I think that we are going to see. Are you here, Alicia? If you're here, just post in the comments so I know you're here. I've been waiting for you to say I'm here. If you are here, let us know and we can invite you on. Or you can request to be on. We'll just give her a second. Martin, can you go to my live and can you type in the comments Alicia Sheerin, Sheerin? See if she's here. I hope she's here. She's here! Oh, fabulous! Okay, well, I'm going to do my little ditty that shows you that this is just a homemade brood show that is doing their best, because I'm going to bend over here at my table and get to my phone and invite her on. Let's see. Go ahead and request to be on, sweetheart. The bottom of your phone, you're going to see a little person with a square frame. Click that and it will say join the live. See if you can do that. It's easier for me to be able to invite you on that way. Let's see. It's not showing you as an option, so we're just going to wait to see if you request. Okay, sweetheart, go ahead and request. See if that works. A little red icon will come up for me. It's not allowing me to invite you on. You're on your laptop and hit the live chat button. Okay, well, let me try one more thing, because that has not been working for others. Give me 2 shakes and I'm going to, let's see. It's not allowing me. Can you go on your phone? It's not allowing me to invite you on. Is there anywhere where it says, I don't have the instructions, darling, for the laptop because they didn't work last time. The Facebook instructions did not work for my other people. Yes, go to your phone, sweet darling. I'm sorry about that. And we are, here she comes. It's at half.
Is this it?
She is.
It's it.
Hello, my love.
Hello. How are you?
So excited.
Oh, look at my hair. How awful.
Look at me. You know, you see me. This is why I got this on, because we're not going to hair day here.
It's Saturday afternoon. You know what we're doing.
Just deal with it. I just love you. I just want to tell you that.
Kel, when I saw that you were doing this, I said, I have to get on that show. You remind me so much of the person who inspired me to even get involved in beads to begin with. And I have watched you since I got here as my mentor for
Oh,
success, because you're
we've had
so
so many
creative.
wonderful conversations. Let me tell you, your friendship, when we first started, when we had all those conversations at the beginning, the thing is that our headspace was so on point that I was just like, this is a sister for life. I don't even, I could not talk to her for a year, 2 years, come back, and we would still have that rapport and love. And
Totally,
I love
totally.
you for it. I
Oh,
do.
well,
So
vice
I
versa.
was now, don't get me wrong. I wasn't doing happy dances when Sonia had to reschedule. But as soon as she messaged, remember I was telling you, oh, we don't have blah, blah, blah. Well, right after that message, she messaged me and she was like, oh, I have to reschedule. I was like, no,
Aren't
no way.
we always exactly where we're supposed to be?
I know, it is so wonderful. You just don't know. When she said that, I was like, you know why? Because that's Alicia's spot. That's her spot. She's supposed to be on here with
That's
me.
right. That's right. The last
So,
Saturday in April.
you're right. Oh gosh. So everybody, I would like to welcome to BEAD TALK the amazing Alicia Sheerin. She has a wonderful business called LeeshiesLampworkLovelies, where she presents amazing artists from around the world. She is a bead advocate, meaning that those little pieces of joy that come in our life, she is sharing with us. She is continuing a legacy that began with her mama, maybe even more. We're going to learn all of that today. I hope you all just sit back, grab a drink, put up your feet, and enjoy the show because we're going to have so much fun. Alicia, I love you so much. I know I already said that. I had to say it again. I'm just going to ask you a few brief questions, and I just want you to take it away.
Got it.
Okay. So we're going to start before we get into your past, present, and future beads. Tell us just a little bit about your you were telling me about the background and about the bead. Let me just shut up. Just go ahead.
My
I just
life
go ahead.
or my bead life?
Your both, a little bit of both. Let's start with your
Okay.
life.
Okay. I have been a public relations consultant my entire life, and that actually ties back to crafts as well. My mother was a working artist her entire life, and I was gifted with PR, and of course she was my pro bono client my entire career. And as you know, the artists in the world aren't always the best at representing themselves, pricing their work, valuing the time that they put into things.
Oh,
And
we
I learned that
ourselves, don't we?
no, and I don't think it's just artists, but especially artists, because the amount of love and passion that goes into the projects, that we want the clients to be happy, we want our expression of art to be what we want it to be.
Sure.
And really,
True.
most of the best artists, and including jewelry designers, bead artists, aren't concerned as much about the bottom line as they are about the beauty of the work. So that's when you get a little bit more of a crusty edged corporate type like me that comes in and says, no, 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 where are the dollars here? Where are the dollars here? So she actually, it was I live outside of Philadelphia. I'm proud to say, yo Philly in the house. And we're right around the corner from QVC. So I had hooked her up with a lot of spokesperson work at QVC, and she wouldn't want to go. This is 20 years ago. She would have been my age. She would have been my age, and she didn't want to drive out there alone in the dark overnight. So I would tag along and sit in the green room, and I ended up getting a whole roster of clients in the craft industry, and worked in that industry for about 15 years. I handled Michael's Arts and Craft Stores. I introduced their bead section, their bead program, to the country 20 years ago. I didn't even
hear that. Do you hear that? We have Alicia to thank for that.
It's true.
Night, Irene.
I can't. contracted the designers to make all the project sheets and helped with the layout of the design of the. I mean, it's changed a lot since, but they put a lot of effort and a lot of money into introducing. They wanted to be these, they wanted to beat out the other bead stores. Really, is what their goal was. But
all of our ambitions.
Exactly. And if anybody knows, if crossed over into other crafting, it used to be HIA, Hobby Industry Association, and ACCI, which is the Association of Craft and Creative Industries. They've merged, and they're now called CHA, Creative Hobby Association.
Oh,
and so you can do the cha-cha-cha. And we used to have two annual...
Points for being cute, though.
They used to have two annual trade shows that if you were in the business, you had most of my clients were manufacturers. I don't know if anybody, my big one was, does anybody remember the blow pen? Did you have blow pen?
Yes, I remember the blow.
Kel, that was my dream client. I was in my late 20s, and it was truly a kitchen table product that we took to Toy Fair, and I smoked back then and had a smoke break. I could smell camera crews, and I said to this guy, there were markers that you could blow into to get an airbrush effect.
Yep.
So I said to this guy, it was my line. I'm going to be a little risque here. I am East Coast. I'll blow you if you'll give me a light. And I had him pull out his badge, and I would blow pen his badge. And they said, lady, with a line like that, what do you got to pitch? And that year, Elmo was the high-tech toy of the year, and blow pens.
Remember that one.
And blow pens were the low-tech. We made it on CNN, on and that company went from 0 to $20 million in 2 years. And they sent me on the road with a 6-foot-tall red Billy Blow Pen superhero as our mascot in every trade show. So I love the craft industry and the creative industries because it can take the conventional and have a little bit of fun with it. That joke isn't for everybody. The scrapbookers in Utah did not like that, but I would say like a good majority of the people enjoyed the tongue-in-cheek that you could have with a product called a blow pen.
You can't argue with 20 million.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly. You can't.
Excuse me, but
and they came out in fabric, and they came out with we had pumps on it so you could do food coloring dye. It was a really exciting product for quite a few years. And then like every other industry, it trends in and it trends out. So that's just my favorite story about the craft industry. And I'll fast forward up to 2015. My mother, I was there with her. I kissed her on the cheek the night before Christmas Eve. And I got a call in the morning that she had passed in her sleep. She was not ill. It was completely out of the blue. It
was just
and
time.
She did not dig the getting old stuff. She didn't dig the arthritis had made it really hard for her to create. She had fibromyalgia, like those kind of issues. And I just think she was tired, and but anyway, I'm an only child, and she was a single mother, so our connection was deep, and it just changed my world immediately. I think any woman, when we lose our mother, the world changes regardless, but for me it was like extra because of all of our connections. But so it took 2 years. She had enough craft supplies to fill a Michael's. I'm not exaggerating. And I really didn't know the worth, and so I just gave it away. And it took me 2 years to clean out of her place. And when I left, I only wanted to take a little bit. So I took this 10-drawer plastic roller drawers, and it was where she kept her special beads. I didn't know what she meant.
This is the beginning of your bead journey, how you got into what you're doing now.
Yes.
Bless your heart. This began, as Alicia was saying, this started with cleaning out her mama's area. And wow, keep going. I'm so sorry. I just want to
Yeah, no,
stipulate.
stop me anytime, because I'm a big mouth. I'll go on and on and on. So I took them and I moved to my new life. I moved to Wilmington. I actually took a job for the first time in my life. Like, I was going to change everything, right?
Yep.
And then I broke my foot on March 17th of 2020.
Right?
And at the same time I broke my foot, the world shut down. So I shut down. The company I was working for had me go on disability, and I eventually got bored enough to dig out those beads, and I wanted to feel close to her, and I was like missing her, and I had pulled out like her bag of beautiful yarns that I kept, but I had like, I knitted for a day, and and then I pulled out a bunch of other stuff. Like, I kept like a mishmash, but I really wasn't. My thing was always needlework.
Oh,
But I pulled out the beads to feel creative with, akin to her, and started doing some research and realized, oh, these are handmade beads. I knew nothing, absolutely zero. I never even heard the term lampwork beads
thus
in my
began
life.
the journey. Oh,
The
I just see
journey
it like,
starts.
ah,
The journey actually started out of a commercial need, because I needed some extra cash, and I thought I could sell her beads,
started
which I
out of
started,
wanting to be connected to mama.
right. And
Oh.
also, like, I didn't realize that I had like a little inheritance from her, that there was some value to these
Yes.
beads she left. Um,
Not just emotional.
Not just emotional, right. And they are so beautiful. They were just so beautiful and intricate, and I just jumped into it, and that's around the time I met you, because I found a couple of groups where I could showcase. I didn't know what I was doing, but I had enough faith in my skills that I could jump in and figure it out.
That's right.
And what I love about the bead industry is just how helpful and caring and generous. Everybody in it wants everybody to succeed.
Amen. That's so
You extended, how can I help? You said to me. I said, I don't know how you can help. And we worked it out. And I've met, you're real. I'm not blowing smoke. I am in PR, but this isn't like, I look at you as such a successful role model. I love how you have these incarnations and innovative ways to reach your customer base and to get your word out. And, of course, to keep your community of customers engaged with you.
right.
And it's done so smartly. And it's built such loyalty.
Aw, sweet
And,
darling.
I
It's
love
just
it.
a way for me to get my craziness out.
Well, whatever works. And I
Enjoy
love that you're just,
my insanity. No.
well, you're unabashedly you, and I'm learning. I just turned 52. Oh, I'll be 53 in August. So 52 and a half.
Oh, girl.
I'm just at the age where I'm finally embracing all those parts of me. And I
Oh.
wonder, they say you want to go back and say, if I only knew then what I knew now, but it comes when it comes. And
I'm trying to
I just have found that,
same thing.
yeah, I'm so attracted to your authenticity. And I find that that's what I'm attracted to in life anywhere. And what attracts people to me is when I'm most authentic.
Yes. No, that was our in the beginning. It was, and I'm just going to say, it was like, hey, this is me, this is you, no bullshit. And all of the beautiful connections that we shared was just like, because of our authenticity towards each other and our willingness just to lay it down and be bare,
right,
and be raw, honest.
Right.
And it's, with me, it's almost like you can't give me anything other than that, because I'm just like, I don't.
It doesn't compute anymore, right? I know, like, I think back of all the years I wasted on trying to put on airs of something, and well, and it's just like now's the time to enjoy it, and it's and I love what's attracted into my life. And this bead thing, just blossom. Like, I started to like ask people if they wanted to I almost felt like the guy on Times Square with the raincoat. Would you like to see my watches? Would you like to see my watches? They would buy something for me in a spotlight, and I could like I started to recognize style and technique that they liked, and I'd be like, oh, I have these in this color.
That dopamine in it any day.
I have these in this color. Do you want to see them? And I was like doing these individual, a messenger with these customers, which was fine. But it was a customer that said, well, why don't you start a group that you can like put your, and I'm like, oh. So I came and looked at your groups. I'm like, oh, she does it this way. But I don't have too many guest artists. That's not really what we do at Leeshies. It's pretty much strictly, well, first of all, I'd like to say, I think my members at Leeshies, we have about 570 right now. I don't aggressively try to grow because it just organically has happened. It's a really loving, connected community. And this is like my first real live. Like, I've done one or two online, but I get camera shy. Can you believe that? But I do when it's just me, when I don't have like somebody to bounce with. And also
my format to not focused on me, but focused on the items, because I would just be, I couldn't.
Well, and you're so good at it. I come on to watch you because I'm like, how does she keep? Well, you have Martin too that helps you keep track of those numbers coming down. Because I'm like, it's fascinating. It's so effective home shopping. Like, you do it really well, and you remind me of QVC. You're like
QVC, here I come.
Right? No, you really could. You really could. But you move fast with those numbers, and organization is not my strong suit.
Not my forte either. I have this team that has grown around me to help me with that. And I'm honest, I'm straight. That's like the first thing that I present to people. I say, look, I have big ideas. I have skeletons of the ideas, but putting meat on them bones is very hard for me.
Yeah.
I cannot organize to save my life, but I will support you, and I will have great idea for it.
I'll find the resources to get it done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me do that. But yeah, no, girl, me too. No. Oh.
Well, and I've learned, like, as much as I look at you as really as a great role model for where I, eventually want to take it, I just know my limitations right now too. I got some personal health issues I'm dealing with, and what has been the biggest thing is this business has gotten so big that Uncle Sam's taken interest in it, because I didn't realize that I was supposed to declare that in my first 3 months that I was in business. So any of you thinking about being in, just know PayPal reports. So I'm cleaning up.
Quarterly payments really help, because I'm not organized enough to figure it all out at one time. Right. I've got to do little chunks. Well, and believe me, that was the thing that opened my eyes. I was like, they're taking how much?
Right.
Wait a minute.
It's a lot.
I'm already paying PayPal or Etsy, or you know what I mean? It's like, ah.
Well, and
but it doesn't deter us.
Well, and the girl that was doing my taxes up until that point, when this came to be, she said, "Oh, there's no deductions available for home-based businesses," and I'm like, "Well, I got to find somebody who knows about them, because I'm not paying that much."
Wait a minute.
So it's just been a catch-up. I didn't, like, they sent me a notice. That was my first note. I really didn't know, because I would not want to pay my, So I'm in the middle, straighten that out. When that gets straightened out, and I'm hoping by the end of this year, I can maybe expand a little bit, but it works so well, because like you talk to your people, I go on and tell them, like, you might not see me for a couple of days, and I give them a heads up when albums are coming out. And I do my favorite thing to do. I call it, it's always been called glass eye candy of the day.
Oh, well,
but it sometimes comes out every day, sometimes 3 a day, and then you won't see any for a week. So it's glass eye candy whenever Alicia's up.
That's
find something
right.
cool to
No,
share.
that's a fun segment. It doesn't matter if it comes out every day, once a week. It's always something that is so fun and beautiful to see. Don't stop that.
No, and it's fun. Well, and so the other thing, I started the group. This group starts to grow. I'm like it, like you said, it blossomed up around me. It's been such a wonderful source of bridging the gap between disability and because my broken leg, we don't still don't know what's wrong, but I'm immobile now. And so this is a great business I can do from home, and it's it's allowed me the luxury of living, like my regular lifestyle and paying these extraordinary medical bills. So I'm very, very, very grateful for it. And like I said, I don't want to expand too quickly. I pride myself on, I buy from all over the world, and most lamp work lovers will know that there's plenty of places to buy lamp work. You can go, there's a ton of Etsy shops. You can just search lamp work and you're going to get a million. But normally artists sell by the strand. They normally sell in an auction format. So you need to go and sit on an auction and try to win it. And then
it is the work. May I just interject here?
Sure.
I want to say I know you above all appreciate the work. I just want folks to know that when we are out there, it is our whole heart and soul as we search, as we spend hours, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, being able to collect those perfect specimens so that we know that it's going to be quality, beautiful, something that you'll want. I just love Alicia's heart because believe me, this is the heart of it. This is the treasure hunt. This is what we do. So you don't have to spend all that time out there searching. We are here out there working for you, and we love it. We love the feedback. We love that you love the items. And trust us, we aren't just sitting on our bums not doing anything. We are working tirelessly for you. And Alicia does that. I know, I mean, I already know just because
and besides just the treasure hunt part, which is the most fun out of all the tasks involved, then we got to handle the invoicing and make sure that we get the items in, follow the tracking for the shipping. Half of my artists, if not more, are from Eastern Europe and Russia. I mean, the best lamp
you have to wait for them to come in and make sure everything is timed just right.
Well, and then I got to say this as a side note, when Russia invaded Ukraine, now that's two of my most countries that I deal with. PayPal shut down to Russia, so all the Russian artists need to use a third party. So it was hard enough learning to communicate with one Russian. Now they've got to give me a third name to track their because they're paying me they're invoicing me under a different name.
And then the work that goes into that. And we're not complaining. We're just showing you behind the veil.
Yeah. That's all.
I mean, that this is our heart and soul, right?
A day in the life. And the thing that really, I just want to share this because I think it's amazing. And anytime I think I work too hard or this is too difficult, anything in my life, there were two artists in Ukraine that I got pretty close to. And we speak through Translate, through Messenger, and then the war hits. And one of them, they're all Olga. They really are all Olga. Either Olga or Olha. But my friend Olga disappeared, and nobody had heard from her. And some of the other artists, it's a small community. They knew each other. They didn't know where she was either. So thank God she showed up in September. And she was still living in Western Ukraine, refused to leave, was living with shelling going. She's still there. It's calmed down a lot, but she goes on 1 hour a day. They turn their generator on. Talk about we got it hard for her to list her beads, pull them down, and invoice her people, because this is how she keeps food on her table.
Yes.
And she said to me, Alicia, I'm not going to be able to make any more beads. And I thought, oh, why are you having to move or shut? Because we're out of glass and nobody will sell to us. So I got a group together and we sent her 20 pounds of glass.
Oh, Alicia.
Well, because I mean, Cal, like, come on, you know, like this woman's working on a generator under war conditions, and I have hundreds of pounds of glass. You know, the least I could do was get her some. So, you know, I know that artists and art and the beauty of what we do with beads, it improves our world in a lot of different unknowable ways. But like for these artists to be that dedicated and these women to be that brave, it just you know, it makes me never be able to complain. You know what I mean?
Right. I know. I'm so verklempt right now. I'm thinking that you're right. It is so true. It is more than just a little piece of glass, a little piece of gemstone. It is more. It is about a dream, a life, you know, a lifestyle, just being able to eat. I mean, even just the smallest thing that we associate. Usually we're associating like these huge things, the creations, the stories, but just the most precious part of humanity,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
is included in, and I just love that. I love that you're there for those folks.
Well,
So
I mean, it
just the
was the slightest.
energy. I'm just like the energy of it. It's just so. This is, you know, what the world needs. It really
Well, I
does.
love that she's got beads back up now, you know, like that's all I wanted was her to, because honestly, the reason we connected was the very first package she sent me, probably almost 3 years ago, was wrapped in straw. And or hay, like from the barn. And I couldn't understand, like, why was this, like, it shocked me. And that's how we became friends. She didn't know about bubble wrap. Like, she's really like a self-taught rustic farmer artist,
Oh, how
who
beautiful
learned
that she's
how to
going
make
after
glass
her
from her mother.
dream no matter
Right.
what.
Um, and so to just like get back to that grassroots of it, and when I don't really spend a ton of time in all the other beat groups anymore because I'm supposed so specialized. But you know, when I see like the trading beads, and you know, and I see them come from all different countries, and you know, like that's how women, mostly women, make their living. Um, on those beads from around the world.
Oh yeah.
That's how they put food on their table and keep a roof over their heads. So, and I never had it come that close to home. It was always just like, oh, well, that's a lovely sentiment, you know. But now it's really cool, and I haven't even told my group yet because like it's not something I need to tell. I just want to share that because I just admire her bravery.
So listen, that type of story is one that I think is so important. It needs to be relayed because so many times it's the accolades, the awards, it's, you know, all of these little certificates, all of these little plaques, and it's not about that. It's so much more, and relaying that makes it real, and it needs to be real because this is the very grains of magic that are that sparks that inspiration in the heart. And there may be beaters out there that don't even know yet, just like you and me. We just like,
Right.
oh, let's try this if it works.
Well, that
your
brings me
bravery and your love, girl. I love you. I'm so. This is it. This is the whole premise for BEAD Talk. Is that just to kind of show the flip side. We're used to seeing all the glitz and the glam, and look, but there is blood, sweat, and tears in this.
There are. So this will bring me to like the latest news. And to like where I'm at in the journey.
Now we are up into the present.
Right. And so I what and what I didn't mention in this story is I'm a failed lamp worker and I'm a failed jewelry maker. Oh no, girl, when I first found out about this, it was the pandemic. So I'd never been on a torch. but I just thought I could do it. And my personality tends to like the idea of an open flame, you know,
Oh,
like,
yes!
right? Like, oh, that'll be fun. I can melt me some glass. It should be easy. And during the pandemic, because I couldn't get a teacher, like the good little addictive personality I have, I went out and outfitted an entire torch studio in my office.
No.
Kel, I don't even want to tell you how much money I spent.
Oh.
And I've been on it 5 times. It's not my thing. I don't enjoy it. I'm like, I loved it the first time. It's like the little kid with that Christmas gift they asked for 3 months. And then they get it and they're like, oh, thanks, Mom.
You're like the kitty who wants to get in the box.
Exactly. Exactly. So, the good thing is, I mean, I can, like, it's all, again, I said to myself, well, I can resell it. You know, more stuff to list, more stuff to ship, but I know how to do that.
There's
and also
someone inspired out there that will buy it.
Oh, yes. And there's plenty of de-stash groups for glass and tools and torches. That's where I bought it all. So
They're
just,
so
you know,
popular.
There's also this funny over the weekend, somebody, another woman who sells primarily lamp work, bought a piece of mine from not mine that I made, but she said, and I swore I had a pair of these before. I said, I think I bought these from you. Like, there's some lamp work beads that have made the rounds to all of us that, like, are specialized in lamp work, right? Because they're so pretty, we don't want to use them. We don't want to, like, use them in a design, so then we sell them again.
I have bought my own beads more than once.
For sure. For sure. If there's, like, when the day comes that, like, we can put little RFID tags on everything, we can track the journey of a bead. That would be a great something you could do in one of your groups.
When they had the dollar bill that they would track.
Yeah, where's yours? Right, exactly. We just have to, like, get you one of those tile tags and put them on a hank of beads to see where it goes around the world.
But hey, you're onto something. That's actually a really fun idea.
So now we'll have the real treasure hunt.
Oh gosh, I am with you. Okay, so that brings you up currently.
No, one last thing.
Okay, one last
thing.
So
I'm this failed jewelry maker, failed torch workers. Now I just buy and sell. Love it, enjoy it. But how can
Nobody's crying. They're not unhappy about that.
Well, and so I got not a lot of pity about that one. Is how can I improve my business? How can I be of a better resource for my customers? Really was the question. So I joined the board. I joined the board of the International Society of Glass Bead Makers.
That's where I was going with it. Come on, bring it on home, Mama.
So I'm the director of marketing and communications. I just started my term in January, and they're doing a live gathering, is what they call their event every year, for the first time in 3 years. They're going to Omaha in October. And the craziest thing happened. I was inducted, and then my term started January 1st. And this is nothing connected to me, but it was just coincidence. Somebody gave us a $30,000 anonymous gift, the society, earmarked to do strategic planning for the next 5 years.
I mean, your hot little fingers get in some of that pot?
No, which is fine, because they hired, like, a real consultant that specializes in association, but I'm a part of the planning, and it excites me because, like,
it's exciting.
Because till now, it's a great association, but it's been very grassroots, and it's been a group of artists that run it to their best of their ability. So this is going to add a level of outside expertise that's coming in, which excites me.
So tell everybody again, real quick, let them know the name of the society, and you can even link it afterwards if you'd like, so folks can go join, which I know I want to join.
Yes, it's called the International Society of Glass Bead Makers. And half of my glass eye candies are links from their open Facebook group has 10,000 members.
Nice.
And the members of ISGB, post their latest work and their big creations in there. And that's open to anybody. So I'll be happy to put the link in our, wherever you tell me to put it.
Okay. Well, we can afterwards, we can link it here. And then when I share the video, it will be in the video.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
sure. I don't know how that will work, but whatever.
Yeah,
just don't forget to send me a link
ISGV,
where you want me to promote you.
That's the only thing. I mean, we're in, I don't have a lot to announce from them yet because we're still in the new planning. You know, I've been hosting, like I said, I mirror you a lot. So I decided to have a guest artist. I had Corinna Tettinger last week. And Corinna is, if you're not into lamp work, you wouldn't know her name. But she wrote the book. It's called Passing the Flame. Which if you ever want to get involved in lamp work, you'll hear that in the first conversation. And Corinna's the woman, and she's German, and she's a trip, and she lives in the Pacific Northwest. So she's never done it before.
So you started your own little bead talk for glass lampwork beads?
No, we did a talk, like I did a studio. She was doing a studio demo while I spoke with her, but the camera, I did it on Zoom, and we had 3 cameras going, but Zoom only recorded the 2 of us talking. It missed the whole demo.
Oh.
So that's all right. My next guest is Amy Kazuski. I can't say her name, if I pronounce her last name that well, but she's the one who does a lot of the her beads are spectacular. And she does a lot of the word beads.
Okay.
She's and she does a lot of the political protest beads, which I love too. Amy and I
on your post. Is that the one I posted on?
Yes. Yes.
I was like, well, if we're gonna be bold, I want to be bold.
Right. And I love her because she used to be the moderator or admin for one of the largest lampwork groups on. Oh, and for years
to draw from.
And people used to say to her, like, she would post those beads, which are just political statements, people. That's all they are, really are. And people would say, this would crack me up. Make beads, not statements. And I was thinking to myself, the whole idea of art is to make a statement. Like, don't you know how silly that remark is? And Amy's response to that is, I will not be silent to make you comfortable. And I was like, girl, I got to meet this woman.
Oh, girl.
And then,
and the bead, it was so beautiful.
Her beads
and
are
she
stunning.
showed you from beginning to end how she created it. I loved it.
Yes. And I'm going to definitely figure out how to get a demo on her. So she wants to do something in May. And so we're working on it now. And with her, I can be like with you, a lot looser. We can figure it out as we go along. If we make some mistakes, nobody's going to, clutch their pearls. And it'll definitely, like, my group, I might lose a couple members. I don't know, but I doubt it. Our group's pretty cool.
You just go with the flow. I think that everybody who comes on has such a different vibe that allowing them just to go with their vibe, allowing them just to share their authentic self, even if I don't agree with it, I don't have to agree with it to appreciate it. I don't have to understand it to want to present it and share it to the world.
Right.
Because with BEAD Talk, we have so many different folks here that, hold on, I'm getting some, are we good?
1 second.
Martin?
Only your eyes are showing on the video.
Oh, Martin said only my eyes were showing. Okay, there you go.
I didn't know that was.
I forget that it cuts us off. That's beautiful. Thank you.
And I'm like awful because I thought I was going to have other background on the laptop. I would have been happy with that. It would have cut off my double chin. I should have done it that way.
What?
I didn't know I'd have my door open. I thought I had my whole green screen ready. And now you get to see my open door with my spice rack. And I work where I live, people. So that's the way it goes.
Keeping it real, 100%, folks.
100%.
This is it.
100%.
Alicia,
do you love me?
Okay, so tell me again, you are director of marketing or something?
Communications for International Society of Bead Makers. But really, like, my main job is I'm Leeshie from LeeshiesLampworkLovelies. That's where you'll find me all the time. That's where you can come and tell me what you want to see in lamp work. You can, every album I've ever posted for 2 years is still in the albums. I can only,
gosh, you know, I used to, in the beginning, I used to go through those albums like a fine-tooth comb just so I could look at all of them.
they're
And
so
I first
fun.
saw the ones that were sold that I wanted, but then I'd be like, oh, look at that.
The
God, I love
good news is I started adding more per album. So I guarantee accuracy for 30 days. Older than 30 days, I can't tell you if that beat's still there or not.
that.
But if you go back for 30
Excellent.
days, I can. And
So now we've hit some of our past and our present. So the future, you've already given us a little glimpse. You're having some beautiful artists that you're going to represent. You're going to be doing little talks with them too. What else is coming down the pipeline for us?
I'm going to try, and I'm trying to streamline the albums. And I used to curate them like a collection of all different styles, and to make it like a fun thing. And not that I'm not going to start doing that, but I'm finding the more people we get, they want to see, like it, like you said, everybody's sorry if they miss something. So I want to stagger how I put them out, and I'm working on purchasing the same design in several colors. So that if you see it in red and it's bought, I might have it in orange, I might have it in yellow. And that's just, I just tweak as I go along.
Yeah.
The beauty of this is, and I'll be honest, like, if I'm not feeling well, which last week was not my best week, but then this weekend and Monday and Tuesday, I can hustle to get rent together, by the 5th. And it's a wonderful job that, like, if I ever get stuck, I can just come on, and I have a group of people that buy what I sell. And I'm so fortunate for that. And we do have really fun contests, though. Like you, we have really fun contests. I like bringing people back into the group with fun, interesting content. I just try to keep them engaged. And I want to expand on that. I want to start expanding on more interesting content from outside of my realm. Like, I want to start sharing news about the glass industry. There's a lot going on because of the cost of energy in Europe because of the war.
Right.
Glass rods are not being made. I mean, they're being made, but they're very, very dear. So things are going to change.
Looking at a huge price hike in handmade beads?
Yes, it's already started. It's already started. So the cost of glass is going up. It's not the ingredients. I mean, glass is just sand and water, basically, and lime. It's the heat that is created. I mean, it's
the
thousands
energy
of
they
degrees
need
of
to
heat.
make the beads.
Exactly. So that is something I'm trying to look forward in the future to see what that means for us.
Right.
The good news is, going back to my addictive personality, I have enough beads that I could put an album out every day for a year. And so I got enough inventory that we're cool for a while.
Well, thank goodness. Maybe that will keep you through the hump of getting everything more stabilized.
And the other thing that's been in discussions, and I've been trying to do this for several months, a couple artists that don't want to list. They don't want to list. They want to make beads for me exclusively. And so I'm trying to come up with a line of, I call them foundation beads, which would be like your small discs, your little bicones, your baroques, in all the different colors, and like a different palette maybe every season that I can carry. And you can get it in that palette, and also with fine silvering.
You'll be representing these artists. You're not just going out to fight for the auctions. You are going to be having each artist that giving you inventory to
Correct.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you.
It works for everybody. They don't have to do the marketing. I don't have to do the negotiation. Like, we negotiate once and it's done.
Right.
And I can ask my customers what colors they want, what shapes they want. And then we're going to see how that works. I haven't found the right partners yet, but I'm still looking.
Because you have already sent your intentions, your energy is already directed out there. It's coming, babe. It's coming.
It will.
So excited for you. I just can't. You have just blossomed. You have just stood and blossomed and just become such a beautiful part of this community. I am so proud of you. I'm so grateful.
I'm telling you, you were the shining light that I was like, if she can do it, I can do it. I can do it. Kelly believes in me. She told me I could do it.
You did do it. You were doing it. We're doing, even for me, for instance, like me going to these gemology courses.
Right? Oh, right. Which, by the way, you go, girl.
You know, it's been so many years that I've been wanting this. But what I discovered is that in the beginning, I was like, oh, I got to have it to be relevant. I got to have it to have credibility. And once I let go of that mindset and was just like, no, I'm going to do this because it's something I want to do, something I want to
God bless you.
Enrich my heart with. And through that, the natural outflow will be being able to share even more with folks, creating, and I never dreamed like our bead retreat that we're planning.
That's so cool.
Oh, goodness. We are planning these amazing interactive workshops that I'm going to be able to incorporate not only the knowledge of what we are learning, but also a little theater aspect. And it's going to be so exciting. And that's the wonderful part, is that you and I, even though we were like years ago where we began, it doesn't stop.
No.
So for those of you out here who are contemplating and maybe feel a little shy, that's okay. Just don't give up. Just keep going forward. Keep your mind open, because you won't believe the opportunities that will come your way when you set your intention to your heart and do it for you. Do it for you, and through that natural outflow will come the most beautiful, beautiful energy that we will all just soak up and bask in.
It's true. It's true, because we're a tribe. You know, I find that bead people are a like-minded tribe. And it's so funny you said that about you wanted the gemology for your credibility, which cracks me up, because I think that people, I mean, like, I come to you for credibility. But that's why I went to the ISGB. I said to myself, these artists aren't going to take me seriously unless I'm like affiliated with them. And then what I found out is they don't care, first of all, about that at all. They don't even, half of them don't even know about the association.
About the heart.
Right.
About the heart.
It's totally about the heart. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Oh, my love. So this is what we have for the future. You're going to be doing your best, set your intent on getting your albums out, presenting the best items for your folks, even through the crunch of having the energy crisis, and being able to promote the artists through your ISGP. Oh, well, what a wonderful, wonderful afternoon I've been here spending with you.
Flew by, Kel. It flew by.
Yeah, that's why I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I don't know how, Alicia. I don't know how. But you and I are going to be getting together one day.
Oh, we will. We will. And we will have so much fun. And maybe it'll be in one of those gatherings somewhere, and then we'll meet in the middle. But I knew it wasn't. I really wanted to come on just to catch up with you. And I thought, well, we might as well do it in front of the audience and, you know, to maximize our time.
Nothing hit, folks. This is a real deal.
Right. That's why we're really here, everybody. But I can't thank you enough. And congratulations on everything.
You too. I'm just so grateful. It's just such an honor to be among, you know, beautiful souls like yours, who has so many beautiful ideas and so much love to give through your medium. And so before we sign off, go ahead and just spend this last few minutes. Let us know anything else you want to share with us.
I think I covered it all. I mean, LeeshiesLampworkLovelies. It's so funny because in this second incarnation in my life, somehow outside of the bead world, people have started to call me Leash as well. And only my mother called me that until she was no longer here. So I get little God shots from her in a lot of different places. And again, it's so funny because Mama was always right. Because she would say, come and be in this world with me, Alicia. Be like, no, that's your world, Mom. And now I'm in the world of artists who love and care and just want to create and be make the world a more beautiful place. And
Mama was right,
Mama
right where your heart and
was
soul.
always right. And she said, be yourself, love yourself, and the world will be your oyster. And that's what I have finally found. It took me half a lifetime, but it's all right. Thank you for everything, Cal.
I love you, darling. Thank you
I
for
love you
coming
too.
on. I am so emotional right now because I'm so full of, I'm just so full of love and so grateful, and I'm just so glad that it worked out this way.
Me too.
And tell us, so tell it, just share, just tell us that you will come on again one time.
Absolutely. You can always, and I'm ready. Look,
before I even schedule you.
And I am ready. I'm ready at the moment's notice. If you have a cancellation or somebody has, technical difficulties, call me up. Because if I come in looking like this, I'll come looking anyway. And I can always come and talk to you with not a moment's notice.
I will take the real you any day.
All right,
everybody, please, we're going to put the link down. You join Alicia's group. We're just so grateful that we could bring her here to share the wonderful story with you today. I'm going to let you go now, my darling, but
thanks,
you are not. Thank you for your goodness.
Great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Put your link to where you want anywhere on the thread when we're done, okay?
Okay. I'll do that. Bye.
Thank you, darling. Now, hold on, everybody. Hold on. You go ahead and just hang on, because I'm going to share some more with you. Woo! Wasn't that wonderful? Oh, my goodness. I am so grateful that the BEAD Talk was able to continue today without any glitches. I missed last week, but don't you worry. Leslie Scott has rescheduled for May, the end of May, and she's going to be here, and we're going to have more of your favorite artists, creators, designers, and some suppliers. Let's see. Don't miss tomorrow. I'm going to be live at my profile, 5:30 to whenever. And then we are going to just have an amazing week. You guys join us here. Treasure to remember. Thank you for your being here, for all your goodness. And if you missed the first part of this video or this live, will be a video real quick. You can watch the beginning. You don't want to miss the fun. Bless you guys. We'll see you later. Have a wonderful evening. And yes, this is my professional technique here, going ahead and just saying goodbye, shutting it off. Have a wonderful day, guys. Appreciate you. Good night. Or